one of the biggest things I try to teach all of you is finding new ideas ahead of mainstream media. And one of these stocks is Fluidigm. Now, Fluidigm just received emergency approval from the FDA for its COVID tests, which is by far the best test I've ever seen in the market. So the stock is surging today. I'm doing this Wednesday, so surging today. Citron came out, someone I respect, after the news today and said the stock's going to 35. It's around 11.50, 12, very volatile today, up about 25%. It's going to 35. If you're a Curzio Venture Opportunities member and watched that video that I've been pitching, telling you about small cap stocks and saying this is the one company to have an amazing test, the Curzio Venture, we had a lot of people subscribe, which I'm happy to, very, very happy about the past couple of weeks. Tons of people subscribe to the newsletter. But this is the company that I mentioned that is likely to receive the emergency approval for this test. Few people heard of the company. And this test, they do a simple swab of the cheek, and then they have the technology, which is the hardware, to analyze each test to where you get the results back in a few hours. And they could test 6,000 at a time with these machines. I don't know if you're familiar with the test today. It requires pushing a swab all the way up your nose, very, very uncomfortable. Then they have to send the sample off-site, and you're lucky to get those results inside of 3 days. Very, very lucky. I've talked to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people at doctors. It's 24 hours. Good luck. A lot of those 24-hour tests have not been accurate. And they say, well, it'll be 2 days. But they all say, well, the 7-day test is really good. This is a game changer. I mean, it's a much easier test, right? It's not uncomfortable at all. Then they analyze the results on site using their technology. And in a few hours, they're saying 3 to 4 hours, you get these results. And the people I talk to within the industry, looking at the stock, doing the research, this made a lot of sense. I mean, who wants to wait 3 days if you really believe you have COVID? I mean, come on. How stressful is that? And you can know in a couple of hours. And they don't have to send this off-site. They have the technology right there. I don't have to tell you, hundreds of millions, if not billions of people are going to be taking tests going forward. Now, the stock around 11.50, I don't know what's going to close today. Citron's talking about the stock going to 35. They tweeted this out this morning, and I agree with his analysis. In fact, I think it's going to go a lot higher. And you're looking at hundreds of millions. This is the best test that I've seen in the market by far, and I've analyzed every one of them. Now, the only difference with Citron and us, if you're a CVO member, we talked about this a month ago. Your cost basis should be around $6.70. And that's from a month ago. This is our last month pick. So now you're up 80%, and the rest of the world is starting to talk about this stock, which, again, has a chance to go much, much higher. It's hundreds of millions. I mean, pretty easy, you could say it. These tests are going to be taken over the next 12 months, regardless if we have a vaccine. I don't know if you saw the latest polls where 1/3 of the people said they're not going to take the vaccine because they're nervous about side effects. And rightly so, since the quickest we've ever brought a vaccine to market is 4 years. You're going to do it in a year? You're going to do it in less than a year? That's what they're predicting. That's what the president's predicting. By the end of this year, and we started in March, really, I'm not going to take it. I'd like to let everybody else take it and say, well, let me see what happens if everything's okay with you in a year. Then maybe I'll take it because, I'm under 50 and low risk. Even if I catch it, I'm pretty healthy. I work out almost every day. I'm pretty confident I'm going to be okay. But the point is, you're up 80% on this name while Citron is just tweeting out about it now. And the rest of the world is talking about the stock. So for CVO members, really happier in this name. And today, after the close, we're coming out with our new issue. We're going to have 3 brand new picks for you to buy, which all have lots of upside potential over the next 24 months. You'll see the thesis, the reason why, but I don't think I've recommended 3 stocks in one issue, and that's how excited I am about small caps. I told you guys about my thesis of small caps, so I think it's going to surge over the next couple of years. There's a lot of catalysts out there. It's significantly underperformed large caps. It's a great market, and plus a lot of these names are down considerably still off their highs due to COVID, and everywhere you look, all the statistics are getting better, better, and better. And as they do, these companies, these 3 I recommended, all reported decent quarters, showing growth again, right? Growing month over month and from quarter over quarter. And now they're seeing much more capacity, yet these stocks are still down 25%, and they haven't participated. And I can tell you, they've been cutting costs drastically where those margins are going to skyrocket. These names have the chance to surge. I covered small caps all my life. The best small caps, the best time, the best thing what management does is when they're cutting costs and then they're in the right growth markets and starting to benefit, you get an explosion in the stock price because you're not just spending a fortune to make money in that growth trend, which you're going to do well. But when you cut those costs and those margins take off, those small companies become mid-cap companies. You get 5X plus winners. That's how I feel a lot of small caps right now. So I'm glad you took advantage of it. Now, the point of this whole entire thing is finding new ideas before everybody else. So I took my wife to the doctor, told you in the opening, with her ankle, and I have a sty in my eye right now. And it's my third in the past 45 days. I haven't got a sty for about 15 years at least, I think. I can't even remember. Maybe it's even longer. But 3 of them I had in the past 45 days. I took my wife to the doctor. I said, I know the doctor. I said, hey, doc, look, I have this sty. Could you give me something? I said, I never had them, and now I just have a ton of them. I said, I don't know why. He goes, tons of patients are coming in, and they also have sties. And you know what the cause is? Masks. Because bacteria is breathing up through the mask and then making it to your eye. But also when you're taking off the mask, you're pretty close to your eye. It's very easy to touch your eye when you take off just a standard mask that you would buy in stores. Now, for me, and a lot of people out there, like I'm wearing a mask for everybody else. I am. I believe in wearing masks if I'm in a store, because a lot of stuff is open in Florida, if I see an older person walking, I'll go around in a different aisle because I care. I understand that they're very nervous. For me, still, the data that I've seen, you haven't really seen masks 100% prevent. Again, there's 1 or 2 studies out say, yeah, we think so, but nothing crazy. But hey, let's do it. If there's a possibility, I'm for it. So for me, I don't have like a designer mask or anything. So I'm just using like 3 or 4 of them and shuffling through them. But most people, I think, are doing the same thing. Are you washing your mask all the time? No, because there's a lot of bacteria and germs in there that make it to your eye. But again, I'm sure millions of people are in the same boat. Now, the interesting thing is, I'm not going to tell you, hey, how you can make money off a sty, but he did say something else that was very interesting. He goes, it's not just styes I'm seeing, but I have a lot of friends in the dental industry. And talking to them, they said tons of people are coming in with cavities more than ever. There's a lot of bacteria inside the mask you're breathing back in. It goes back into your mouth. Kind of makes sense when you think about it. Over 1 billion people are wearing masks on a daily basis. It's going to be like this for at least another 6 months, likely 24 months, and who knows, maybe 5 years, hopefully not, of how crazy this is. But for me, when I heard that, I want to know all the publicly traded companies in this field, in dental. There's Dental Sirona X-Ray, supplies a lot of products, dentists. Henry Schein is another. The same thing. Provides product service for dental practitioners. $9 billion market caps on these guys. You have Smile Direct, which might not be a direct play on this because it's just, ripping out everything and coming. But who knows? I mean, if you have enough cavities and you're old enough and whatever, maybe that's what you want to do. But for me, this business could boom if this is true, right? So this is just one source. This is me just talking to someone. Now, this is step 1. So if you're going for your dentist checkup, most people go every 6 months. So maybe you have one coming up in a month, 2 months, 3, whatever. Hopefully you don't have any cavities, but ask them about it. And email me, frankcurzioresearch.com. Maybe it's true, maybe some are seeing, maybe not. To me, that makes a lot of sense. It really does. You're just breathing in that bacteria is going back into your mouth. It does make sense, even if you're brushing your teeth twice a day. Your body's not used to that. But I want to hear what they say. Plus, I have a lot of dentists that write in from time to time. Again, frankcurzioresearch.com. I want to see if this is true. Again, it makes a lot of sense. But if this is true, you're going to see the profits for some of these companies skyrocket. Look how many people wear masks and how long they're going to be wearing them for. Now, I don't know if this is a great. What I know is I'm starting to research companies. And again, it's early steps and I'm looking at it. But this is how you find new ideas. So you're gathering data. It's something nobody's talking about yet. And now I'm going to start researching stocks within this sector. Because if you're right, these things would take off. If you're not, they're probably going to still do well. I mean, people go to dentists all the time. These are 2 big players, X-Ray and Henry Schein. So on a risk reward, looks pretty positive. If you're wrong, I don't think you're going to get killed. If you're right, these guys are going to see an explosion in business. Yeah, more important, and this is how you find new ideas. Try to program yourself to ask people questions. If you're traveling, you're getting a car, taking a cab, an Uber driver, ask them. They know everything about the economy. They're going to tell you how busy they are. They're going to tell you about the billing in a neighborhood. They're going to tell you that where's the most traffic. They know everything. They see people all the time. They hear stories. They're some of the smartest people out there. give you information that you can't find anyplace else in real-time information. Store owners, talk to your friends. Because there's so many implications, guys, that are going to occur in the future due to COVID that we don't know yet. Tons we're not seeing right now. And this could be one of them. Or maybe it's nothing. I don't know. But that's the way you get names that skyrocket, 5X, 10X. Like the vaccine companies, the telehealth companies, the online furniture companies like Overstock. And you see all the companies within those sectors alone. You're looking at 5X, 10X plus gains. But that's how you should always program your mind. Ask questions. What's going to be the next big idea? And it's going to happen when you're just having a regular conversation. You can't be like, okay, I'm going to go out and try to find the next big idea. Just talk, and something like that would come up. I just say, Doc, could you give me some medicine? This is a pain in the ass. I got 3 of them. Well, it's because you're wearing masks. Really? And also, I know a couple of dentists where they're all saying people coming in like crazy because they're getting more cavities because they're breathing in that bacteria from their mask. They're breathing out into their mask and coming back. And a lot of people do wear the same masks without washing them. Some of them do, some don't. To me, that makes a lot of sense. And trust me, if you're making fun of me right now and say, Frank, really, dentist companies, whatever, I'm going to tell you, there's no better feeling in the world, knowing my subscribers own Fluidigm right now, and they own it under $7 and it's trading close to 12. And then today you have a great analyst, Andrew Left Citron, come out when it's 80% higher, 90% higher, telling you that the stock could still go up 4X to 5X from here. It's pretty cool. The only way to put yourself in that position is by doing the homework, boots on the ground, asking a lot of questions. Trust me, I've been doing this for over 25 years, and this process works. When you least expect it, you're going to have a conversation with someone. You're going to be like, wow, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. How come nobody's talking about it? When I learned about the Fluidigm test, I said, why is nobody talking about this? I know 5 other companies that provide tests, and they're all terrible. A lot of them come back where they're not accurate. It's uncomfortable. This company solves every single problem. They got the emergency approval. Like I said, that's going to happen. It's likely going to happen. If it doesn't, the stock will probably still be able to get out of it, maybe at a small loss, most likely a gain. And now we're up, and you have that huge growth trend behind it, and you're actually seeing this company being mentioned in the media right now. Yet you knew about it before anyone else. No better feeling. Trust me, there's no better feeling. And love the fact that my subscribers are making money. So guys, thank you so much for subscribing to Curzio Venture Opportunities and that newsletter. We're marketing the product pretty heavily at a 6% discount. It's one of our most expensive products. I was just discounting it because I see a huge opportunity in small caps. A lot of you took advantage, so you're in it already. Fluidigm was one of them, but I just recommended 3 stocks coming out today, 3 new ones. I think that's the most stocks I recommended in one issue. Maybe early on, I recommended a few more than that, but that's how positive I am on small caps. The ideas that I'm seeing, even the cyclical names, I can't believe I'm saying that. It's so disgusting to say cyclical names when all the growth is doing great.